Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we have a very interesting knife. This is the Gerber Paraframe. This knife will set you back about $30 and it is pretty decent. It runs a little tight coming out of the packaging. Doesn't come particularly sharp. I have used it for a couple months, so it's got quite a bit of use. Anyway, it comes with a clip point and generic high carbon stainless. I'm assuming probably 440A, B, or C, somewhere in the 440 range. And because Gerber's cheap and don't tell us what steel they use in their knives. If they did, maybe we'd get more business to Gerber, especially if they started telling us exactly what they were cranking out. Anyway, so it's a clip point frame lock, as we can see. I'll bring that in close so you can see that. And it's a very solid frame lock indeed. There's no blade play at all. Very nice for this particular blade. Overall length is about a little over 7 inches, which is just about average for an EDC style. This fits comfortably in the EDC size range. Has a blade length of just over 3 inches, exactly 3.01 inches, as Gerber's page will say. And a close length of just over 4.1 inches. Total weight is, here's the kicker, is 2.6 ounces. It is a lightweight. And I've been using this primarily as a hiking style blade because it's not the best steel, but it is so lightweight you can just hang on to it for ages and use it for all kinds of tasks. And it's light enough you don't feel it in your pocket when you're walking around. The handle is, of course, been cut apart to make it as lightweight as possible while still holding its strength. And it is some form of generic stainless steel. They don't give us any kind of details on that other than it is generic stainless steel, which is kind of saddening, as I'd like to know, primarily the blade. I'd like to know what steel it's running, but everything would be nice to know, but Gerber doesn't tell us. This one happens to have the plain edge, but it does also come with a combo edge. If I can get the knife open. This one comes with plain, but there's also a combo edge, so about here it becomes serrations back here, and then the regular blades appear. And I think you just saw one of the downsides of this knife is it is incredibly difficult to open and close. Now, I probably could tension it with the screw to make it a little better to hold or to open, but one-handed, you can see how much force is on it. That when I do pop it, it does want to fly open halfway. It's pretty ridiculous. And then when it opens all the way, trying to shut it hurts. It's not very comfortable at all, and it's not smooth. And it's not the best at all. But it does the job. Here I have a piece of paracord. It's a two-hand open it. They say it's a one-hand opening, but that's a pile of BS. And this is about as sharp as you get it out of the packaging when you get it first, so it's not the cleanest of cuts, but it does get the job done. And yeah, so I've been using this quite a bit, and it's done okay. I think it's worth the price. Like I said, it does definitely fall into the falls into the EDC weight range. In case you don't know, like about an inch to 2 inches, maybe 2.5 inches, falls into what I call micro EDC. Below that would be like key knives, keychain tools, and then from like 2 to 3 inches, 3.5 inches in that area is considered by me. I consider it a EDC, and then above that, up to about 3.5 up to about 3.5 up to 4 about is your EDC plus. And those are your bigger knives, like this Ontario Rat 1 Behemoth. It's got a 3.5-inch blade as compared to this thing's 3-inch blade. And above that are sheath knives, or big old knives like your Moras, your your bushcrafting and combat knives, and you're never going to want to use those for EDC. They're just too big. So this thing falls comfortably into the EDC range, feels very comfortable in hand. You can choke up on it nicely, and the way the frame, what would you call it, like arcs upwards at the end. I don't know if you can see that, but it kind of arcs upwards here. It makes a nice little finger rest, and it's got a decent little choil for your pointer to hang in. And it does really nicely. Overall, I would say this thing is worth its about $30 price tag. If you're going out looking for this, this is the large paraframe. I believe this is the gray version is what it's called. It's definitely worth 30 bucks. I'd rate it overall about a 5 or 6 out of 10. Not the best, not the worst. Anyway, so this has been a knife review, and sure to do whatever you feel like, favorite, subscribe if you can, do all that stuff, and give me some feedback about my first video and see what it's all about.